and it will save you a lot of headache. It will save you a lot of money. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Wrenchettes. What I want to do, look at this beautiful Monterey Sport, soon to be the first Hellcat engine swapped Monterey Sport in the whole wide world, my life as well. Now today I'm going to show you guys the best way and the cheapest way to check if your alternator and your battery is working relatively inexpensively. Okay, so the common way to check if your battery or your alternator is working is you turn on your car and you take off the terminals on the battery. Now if your car stays on, that means the alternator is recycling the power and thus your alternator is working, right? That is the old school way. But the new school way is this. Purchasing yourself one of these puppies, this is called a voltmeter. Now, if your car is like mine's, this is a Monterey Sport, I don't have any voltmeter in the dash, neither nowhere. Now, this is the American version. Now, the European version had a voltmeter in a little cluster right here, but Americans took that off. You can purchase one of these puppies, which is a voltmeter, and this is how it works. Now, if you have your car on and it reads 13.5 to 14 volts, that means your alternator is working because your battery is supposed to be 12 volts. So if your voltage in your car is reading 13.5 and up to 14, then your alternator is working properly because it's charging the battery. Now, if you turn off your car, let me turn off my Monterey Sport. See? The voltage drops to read the battery. Now, if your battery reads something like this, then your battery is holding charge because it's not, the car's not on, you're not using the battery, and it's holding charge. If this reads lower and lower and lower and lower and drops, that means your battery is not holding the voltage, and thus you need to replace it. But see, it's staying good because this is a brand new battery. So if you turn off your car again, then it should read 13.5 to 14 volts. Now, if it's lower than 13, that means your alternator is not working. But if it goes even further than 14, that means your alternator is also not working properly because it's overcharging. So you have to, stay in that range right there. If it's really cold outside, do you really want to get out and, and turn on the car if it turns on, and then take off the battery terminals, have your little cubicle? So if it's freezing, you're not going to want to do that. If it's raining, you're not going to want to do that. So this is like the most optimal way to keep in track of your car's voltage and the alternator. Relatively inexpensive. So I'm going to link something similar to this model because this is like a really old model. And trust me, this is a must-have if your car does not have a voltage. Now, this car has never given me any problems. This is a solid built car. But one time I went to after church, I went to the buffet in exit 15 and on the I-95. It's pretty far from my house. As I was getting there, the car was chugging, like, and then I got there barely limping the car. I parked, I turned it off. It was like, maybe, the battery got dirty or something. Let me just, let it charge. Now, once I got back from eating, the car didn't want to start. I got a booster, it turned on. As soon as I took the booster out, it lasted like a few seconds and it should die. I'm like, what in the world is going on, right? So after a few tries of charging the battery, the longer that I lasted charging, the longer that the car lasted on. So I'm like, okay, the alternator is not working. So I had to tow the car back to my house. Now, as soon as I got to my house, I bought a voltmeter and a brand new alternator. And I changed those, and the new one, listen to this. After a week, the voltages started fluctuating like crazy. Like, it used to go below 12 because if your alternator is not working, then you're using the battery. So it's gonna drain the battery until it has no more power, then it's gonna cut off in the middle of the highway, right? But that alternator keeps going on and off, on and off. Like, you should go to 14 and then you should go below 12 and then go back to 14 and go back below 12. It's like it was going up and down. So that's how I knew that brand new alternator was also bad. So I took that off, I took it to AutoZone, they gave me a new one, and that one is the one that I have on the car right now. and I'm keeping a close eye on it, but it's been years and that one, it seems to be staying stable. So this is a live example as to why this thing is a must-have if you don't have a voltmeter in your car. And it will save you a lot of headache, it will save you a lot of money, because it will give you the heads up before it's too late. So if you like this type of content, please give me a like in this video. If you find this video useful, please consider subscribing. Stay connected, stay with the right voltage. God bless.